the football world just witnessed a shocker. Dembele has been crowned the best player alive. Yes, the Ballon d'Or winner. But here's the real question. Was this victory truly earned, or did the system once again leave us more confused than ever? Because when you look at the rankings, the story gets messy. Some players were celebrated, others robbed, and the criteria. Nobody can even explain it. Dembele lifting the Ballon d'Or is a headline nobody predicted a few years ago. This is the same player people once labeled injury-prone, inconsistent, even a flop. And yet, here he is, at the very top of the game. The Champions League trophy played a massive role in sealing the deal. Without it, his case probably wouldn't have been strong enough. That raises the first big question. Should one trophy outweigh an entire season's worth of performance? Because if you take away that Champions League medal, does Dembele even come close? Most fans assumed Lamina would be Dembele's toughest competition, but many argue it should have been Vatina. And honestly, they have a point. Think about it. Vatina wasn't just winning at club level with PSG, he was also dominating internationally with Portugal, who looked like the best team in Europe this summer. That's back-to-back elite performances on two different stages. Shouldn't that have pushed him higher than third? It almost feels like his Nations League performance was ignored, while the Champions League made Dembele untouchable. And here's where it gets frustrating. Rafinha was ranked 5th. Lamina, much higher, yet both had almost identical seasons. Rafinha carried Barcelona for large parts of the year. His goals, his assists, his impact, massive. Meanwhile, Lamina's biggest advantage seems to be his age. That's it. The fact that he's younger somehow elevated his ranking. Is that really the new Ballon d'Or criteria? The younger you are, the higher you place. Because if that's the case, then this award isn't just about performance anymore. It's about potential. But nothing was more shocking than João Neves sitting way down at 19th. How do you explain that? This is a player who started for every major team he played for, competed in every competition, and lifted trophy after trophy. Yet he's nearly forgotten in the rankings. And then Pedri, just 11th. That's outrageous for someone who shaped games the way he did. These placements make you wonder who's actually voting. And what exactly are they voting for? What makes Dembele's win even crazier is the redemption story behind it. At Barcelona, he couldn't stay fit. He looked lost. Some people even thought his career was heading downhill fast. Then came the transfer to PSG. Fans mocked the move, calling it a downgrade, a mistake, even a retirement plan. But instead, Dembele flips the script. Suddenly he's healthy, unstoppable, and lifting the most prestigious award in football. And the irony. Barcelona's own stars, who many believed would carry the club forward, are left trailing behind him in the rankings. This isn't just football, it's a full-blown drama. Imagine the script. One player leaves Barcelona, joins PSG, and wins it all. Meanwhile, the young star who stayed behind ends up as runner-up. It almost feels like fate was mocking Barcelona. The club that lost Dembele ends up with second place, while the player they let go is standing on top of the world. And when you add in the fact that the runner-up is still a teenager, it becomes one of the most unpredictable and insane Ballon d'Or stories we've ever seen. But let's run a wild hypothetical. What if there was no Champions League, no Nations League, just league football? Who wins then? The answer is simple: Mo Salah. If trophies are removed from the equation and it's only about consistent dominance in league play, Salah walks away with the award. No debate. That right there shows how heavily trophies tilt the scales. The Ballon d'Or claims to reward the best player in the world, but too often it just rewards the player on the team with the most silverware. And this is why the Ballon d'Or ceremony feels broken. Every year, fans walk away scratching their heads. The show drags on forever, the voting feels inconsistent, and the results never make complete sense. Some fans even call it rigged or fake. Maybe that's extreme, but let's be honest, it's losing credibility fast. Because if the award really is the most important individual honor in football, then why does it leave us more confused than convinced? At least there's one way to laugh through the frustration. People are already joking about Lamina's signature crown celebration, saying when he puts it on now, it should turn from gold to silver. After all, he finished second. It's a cruel joke, but admit it, It's a funny one. And maybe that's the best way to handle this year's Ballon d'Or, by laughing at the absurdity of it all. Here's something most fans don't even realize. The Ballon d'Or is voted on by journalists across the world, not coaches or players. And that means sometimes reputation matters more than performance. One journalist might vote based on hype, another might not even watch certain leagues. And suddenly, a player's entire season comes down to popularity contests instead of actual football. And let's be honest, there's also a league bias. Premier League players almost always get more recognition, even if a La Liga or League One player had a stronger year. Dembele winning at PSG breaks that mold, but players like Rafinha and João Neves prove the bias is still alive. If they played in England, do you think they'd really be ranked so low? Another hidden factor. Timing. If your peak performances happen late in the season, during Champions League knockouts or international tournaments, you're remembered more fondly. That's exactly what happened with Dembele. His clutch moments came at the perfect time, right before voting. Compare that to someone like Pedri, who was consistent all season but didn't have that one big viral highlight moment. We can't ignore the elephant in the room. This is the first Ballon d'Or era without Messi or Ronaldo dominating. And maybe that's why the voting feels so weird. For years, the debate was simple: Messi or Ronaldo. Now it's wide open, and journalists don't know how to measure greatness anymore. So players like Dembele benefit because the spotlight is searching for a new face to crown. And here's a harsh truth: the Ballon d'Or is also a business. A shocking winner creates headlines. It drives debates, arguments, and clicks. Crowning Dembele isn't just about football. It's about creating a new storyline, selling magazines, trending worldwide. In other words, controversy equals money. So here we are. Dembele is officially the best player in the world, on paper. But is he really the best on the pitch? Or is he just the latest product of a broken system? I'll leave that to you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who was the real Ballon d'Or winner in your eyes? Dembele, Lamina, Vatina, or someone completely different? And if you're tired of the Ballon d'Or drama every year, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's keep exposing the truth behind football's biggest stories.